So today we are going to explain to us how we can do the square root of a number, and mostly when a number is not a perfect square. And what is a perfect square? A perfect square is a number you will get when you square an integer, a whole number. When you square a whole number, an integer, the number you will get is a perfect square. So when you do 2 raised to power 2, this is 2 multiplied by 2 two times, and the answer you get is 4, and that is a perfect square. So when you do 3 raised to power 2, you square a number, an integer, which is 3, and you are supposed to multiply 2 times, multiply itself 2 times because of the laws of indices, which is means, base, and exponents, and eventually what you got to be 9 is a perfect square. And what if we do 12 raised to power 2? This will be 12 times 12, which is equal to 144. And 144 is a perfect square. But for example, if you want to get one back, what you do is to 144 square root. If you take this square, what you will get back is 12. You see this? So 12 is our answer. So 144 is a perfect square. But just in case you have a number of this nature, 102. Can you get any number, an integer that you can multiply itself 2 times and get 102? The answer is no. When you use the calculator to do this, you are going to end up having 110.0995, and it continues. So if you use the calculator to do this, you are going to get the fraction. If you square this, you are not even going to get this back exactly. You see? So our work today is to show us how to get an approximate value of a number that is not a perfect square. Alright, so if you take for example the square root of 102, the first thing you will do is to look for a big number that is close to this number 102 that has a perfect square. And the one that comes to mind right now is 100. And if you take the square root of 100, 100 is a perfect square. So what will you multiply 2 times to get 100? Obviously it's 10. That is to say 10 times 10 is equal to 100, which makes 100 a perfect square. Alright, so we are going to do this. After doing this, you look for the difference. 102 minus 100. What will you get? Obviously 2. So you write 10 plus the difference 2. And the next thing you will do is special. So you must focus on this to know exactly how it is gotten. So you divide by these 2 times the 10 that you have. You see, so this is simple equation you must form. This means that when you carry out the square root of that big number that is close to 102, which is 100 in this case, and we got 10, you write down the 10, you add it plus the difference between the two numbers. So what you do next is to bring down the difference and multiply it by the answer you get previously. So this ends up being 10 plus 2 all over 20. You see? So when you solve this, you are ending up with 10 plus 1 over 10. And this is 10. 1 over 10 is 0.1. Eventually, when you add it to 10, it becomes 10.1. And if you check this, and what we got from calculator, if you can verify that, you see that 10.0995, they are very close. Actually, if you do this approximation, if you approximate, they eventually end up being 10.1, which is what we got from this our method. Thank you for staying with us. Bye bye.